First of all, thank you so much for inviting me here. I'm feeling privileged. I've been, of course, I associated with Art of Living for last many years, but I have got lots of love and rather unconditional love for Baba also. Like whenever I go to my Mami auntie's place in Delhi, I always look at the photograph and I get very positive vibrations when I look at his face. And I had a beautiful experience with him also in my dreams. I'll tell you later about it. So before I met my own guru, His Holiness Shri Ravi Shankar ji, I had no idea, really no idea that life can be lived with knowledge. Life can be lived with wisdom. These were all foreign words for me. And I really had no idea that we can be happy even people around us are not happy. And we can be at peace even if times are challenging. But when I did my basic course of Art of Living, I did not know what I'm getting into it. I thought I'm going to do a yoga course and I love doing yoga. So I thought I'm going to do yoga, learning yoga from the Art of Living course. But when I went there, I attended 6 days program. It was a life-changing process for me, Sudarshan Kriya. So I've been practicing Sudarshan Kriya for last 23 years. And before I got into Art of Living, I was a very arrogant person, very egoist, short-tempered. I had lots of health issues, but for last 23 years, everything has changed. I feel younger. I'm more energetic. I have no health issues now. I have been practicing meditation, Sudarshan Kriya. So when I did my basic course, after doing basic course, around 4 or 5 days after doing my basic course, I had a dream. It was not a dream, actually, I had a vision. I was not sleeping and I was not awake. I was just in between around 4:35 in the morning and had a clear vision. I had not seen His Holiness Shri Ravi Shankar. There were no used to be any picture during the course, 1998. So I had no idea what he looks like, but he was there in the vision, and lots of people are surrounding me, and my own parents, my in-laws, my husband, children, many people around me. And he comes and tell me, Sumedha, this is all Maya. ये सब माया है, ये तुम्हारे लिए नहीं है, तुम मेरे साथ आओ. And I followed him very blindly. I followed him. He took me to Himalayas, and within seconds I was in Himalayas, and he gave me a big golden key. And then he gave me the key and said, unlock this cave. And there was a very beautiful cave, and I unlocked it, and I saw thousands and thousands of people meditating there. And suddenly I got awake, and the next moment I just wanted to be with Master. I just wanted to be with him. I just got attracted, I had no idea who he is, how he looks like. I only thing is I just did the course and I liked it. That's all. And then me and my husband and my children, we all went to Bangalore. We had lots of financial issues. Still, we went there. I don't know how we landed there. It was 28th of September, 1998. And the moment we saw him, I was crying, I was vibrating, my whole body was vibrating. And life has totally changed after meeting him. I'm a happy person. Now I know how to forgive people, how to accept situations, people as they are. I meditate, I live in the moment. I live life nicely. Earlier, I was a very materialistic person. Now, things have changed for me. Long time back, I was in Bangalore attending satsang of His Holiness, and someone asked him a question that, have you ever met His Holiness Satya Sai Baba? He says, many times. When he said many times, we were all, my eyes were just focused on him, what he is going to say. This many times astrally. So, oh, not physically, astrally. And that moment, I had a thought that I would also like to meet Baba. So I called Kiran Mami and asked her, how can I meet him? He says he's coming to Dwarka. You can always come and meet him. This is the day he's coming. But me and Mama will be on the duty. So you can directly come there and take his darshan in the ground. There's a huge ground. So the date she was telling me, that day I was traveling from Bangalore to Chandigarh. So of course I could not be there. So when I came back, very next day, when I like Chandigarh, I just kept on thinking about Baba. And early morning again, there was a beautiful vision, colored, beautiful vision. That it's like a movie, video movie. And I am standing outside my old house where my childhood has spent. And I'm standing with Bhanu Didi. Bhanu Didi is a sister of His Holiness Shri Shri Ravi Shankar Ji. And there's a beautiful train coming right in front of my house. And Baba is sitting there and in a wheelchair. There's a very beautiful chair and he's sitting, and I could clearly see all contours of his face, beautiful hair and his dress. And he's smiling at me and then saying, Baba. And the train just moved on. It was the most beautiful feeling. When I got up, I embraced myself, I cried and I embraced myself. How, like, I did not go to Dwarka and he came all the way to give me darshan. So there are many beautiful instances regarding, my own master also. Once we went to Europe. Me and my husband went to Europe, and that was our first trip abroad. So I was a little confused and a little scared also, that we had never gone abroad, never gone by air. So I took photograph of my master with me, a little picture. So we visited many places. The last leg of our visit was Venice, Italy. And when we went to Venice, we had packed all the attaches with used clothes, and there was only one bag we had where we had clothes which we were supposed to wear in the Venice. And there we were checked in the hotel, and we gave our passports. Of course, we are supposed to show our passport when we go to a place. So, and then we came to our room, checked into our room, had a bath, changed. We were ready to go out. And the moment we were ready to go out, we found that we have no passports. I told my husband, I think we have left our passports at the reception. And he went down and he says, no, you have taken the passports with you. And he came upstairs. We, ransacked whole room, drawers and attaches and bags, everything, my handbag, and all drawers, even toilets. For 1 hour, we kept on looking for the passport. And then we were both scared, where our passports have gone. And then I told my husband, I have a picture of Gurudev. I went to that picture, I folded my hands and just sat there for a few minutes. And there was a clear voice of His Holiness in my head. Why don't you check your black bag of used clothes? I told my husband, opened my eyes, he said, check the black bag of used clothes. The same language I used. Check the black bag of used clothes. My husband said, are you mad? That is locked. Since the time we have come, we have not opened it. You cannot do it. You cannot dictate such things. I said, no, you just check it. And we opened the lock, and last layer of the used clothes, our passports were lying there. And we cried and cried and cried and thanked the master. And that day I realized that I am never alone. Even if I go anywhere on this earth, my master is always with me. That is the day I was totally surrendered to him. And once, there's a small instance, not a small instance for me. My husband his eye got injured. And he was just about to, he got operated 3-4 times. And doctor said, you cannot see with that eye. But yes, that I will look normal, but you will not be able to see it. There were 36 stitches like this and 21 stitches like this. And we got to know that His Holiness Shri Ravi Shankar ji is supposed to be in Rishikesh, and he is supposed to visit Dehradun on a particular day. So we took permission from the organizers, went to Dehradun to take blessings from him. The day we came back, next day, of course, we went to the doctor and he said, okay, let me check. And he checked everything. This is a miracle. I cannot imagine your eye is totally healed. And there was a Dr. Sharma. I remember he was an eye specialist, and then he did Art of Living course. We told him this is how we took blessings from him, and today everything seems to be nice. And then he took he did Art of Living course. His whole family did Art of Living course. They became great devotees also. They used to come for satsangs also. And he used to tell everybody this is how he got motivated. So I always feel that life, the miracles, miracles are not to be understood. They're only to be experienced. Before I became Art of Living teacher, I was a person who used to get irritated on a smallest pretext, and even with children, I was little short tempered. Once after I did course, and after 4, 5, 6 months of meditation, I became quieter, a little more. I had patience. I could really relate myself to my children. My communication became little better. And once I used to talk a lot about darshan kriya, meditation, Art of Living with my children's, the teachers also. And once in a class, my son was very small, must be 4.5 years old that time, 5 years old. And his teacher asked him, what do you think? Your mother practices meditation every day. What do you think? Is there any change in her? He says, I don't know, ma'am, but my mom has become a better mom now. So that is the point when I thought, oh my God, this is, I cannot notice changes in myself, but yes, my children are, when we meditate, when we are at peace, when we are happy, it reflects our child psychology, his state of mind too. So I'm a little overwhelmed, when I talk about His Holiness, I get very emotional. So I had no idea that health. I used to think that body is very different, and I had no idea mind is also part and parcel of me. But when I started doing Sudarshan Kriya or started teaching Sudarshan Kriya, then that day I understood the whole concept of meditation. Before that, I was just meditating. I used to meditate blindly, whatever my teacher used to tell me, I used to do that. But once I became a teacher and started teaching meditation, that day I realized how our mind, our body, our breath, our memory, our intellect, they're all interconnected. And how our consciousness is looking at everything with Sakshi Bhav. I started realizing, I cannot say I started understanding, I started experiencing it. So I used to think like if I have to be fit and healthy, I have to run, I have to go to gym, I have to eat proteins. But when I got into meditation, I started realizing it. I find if I'm peaceful, I can be healthy. If I'm using my buddhi, I live with wisdom, I can be healthy. And my body is part and parcel of the whole being. It's not separate from my consciousness. So if I give unconditional love to people, my body will be very healthy because everything is interlinked. So I started experiencing all the different levels of my being. My mother, when I was young, she took sannyas. Now, not sannyas, but she took vanprasth, and she used to live in an ashram in Rishikesh. For almost 30 years, she lived in ashram, and she has spent better part of her life with the rishi munis. And I used to meet lots of rishi munis and saints. in Rishikesh. But whenever I meet my guru, I feel all higher authorities and all Rishi Munis, they are present in him. I could see Rishi Vishisht in him, and when Janmashtami is there, I can see my Krishna in him. And then there is Christmas, I can see, oh, my Jesus Christ is there. So whenever Buddha Purnima is there, oh, see, my Buddha is in Bangalore. So I can see all my concepts of Rishi Munis in my own master. So I don't know what to say else. The only thing is I keep telling people to meditate more and more. The more we meditate, we can understand that life is not full of coincidences, it is full of miracles. There are no coincidences in this earth. Everything is planned, and it is a great planning on the part of divine that we happen to meet living masters in our life, and we get to experience them, and that's all.